thought I'd chime in of what actually happens on Hades. So here we go. I'm going to do a play by play. Ancient Double just makes all of his attacks do it twice. Simple as that. You don't need to even care about it. Shadow Spread. At the start of the fight you would have predetermined Protean wave markers like what you use in a lot of other fights. You just get attacked once, move to the left, dodge it. Bad Faith, this spikes. You go from left, because as you can see, and then you go to right. Obviously it's the opposite side if you're on the opposite side. Ravenous Assault, just a tank buster. You'll see Rico just hollow grounds it. I will take it straight off him afterwards. Arcane Utterance. So he has two versions of this. One is these doors. You just look where the door is facing and go behind to the edge of the door. Then you get the lines, boom, you go back in. This next one you can do fairly differently, is Broken Faith. You can either just stand in the middle like we do, or you can dodge. You wait for the first one. As you can see, it's that one at the southeast. You have to wait for that to explode. You go into it, you'd stay there until it comes down again, and then you just go back to the middle. So you just go forward and backwards. A theme that you're probably going to be seeing quite a lot of. Well, as this goes on for quite a while, I will talk about like the macros, and I do have the abilities down below. But the next Arcane Utterance is coming. It's just a lot of balls. Just dodge into the open space and then go straight back in. But as I was saying, yeah, there's a macro below and a list of abilities. Again, this is Shadow Spread. I've already told you what you do. Easy attack, get a hit, move to the left into the open space, boom, done. If you don't have enough damage to get him to 8%, 10%, I can't really remember what it is, you'll have to do the, what are they called in here? Oh, the Tank Buster and the spikes basically. Sorry about that, mind fart. On this, people are pre-positioning sort of, but they don't need to at this point. Nabriel's Shade. There's 4 shadows. They tether to someone. You just have to point them onto the third comment if you're on the left side and north. If you're on the right side, it's the third comment and south. Tanks just do a typical like cooldown, take them all, go back in. As you can see, the pre-position, so it's DPS and healers on A and B. Both the tanks are stood on 1 and 2 just for uptime. You can spread out more if you like. Break Free is determined about how much health he has. Next is ads. So these ads will start casting Blizzard or Fire, or one of the two. Agahorns is always going to be on A. La Habrea is always going to be on B. Like you see, Blizzard Spear, that means he's going to be ice. So if you get the ice marker like I did, we'd have to tank swap. You cannot attack the same target of the same mark, obviously. There's a few little mini like busters here, but it's whatever, really, it doesn't do that much damage. As you can see, there's tethers around the map. If you have ice, you get fire. If you have fire, you get ice. And they do AoE, you just spread out. This Fire Sphere will be the first as before, so it will change your mark, so you have to swap the targets again. And so far it's pretty simple, pretty easy. Nothing going on. Like these Blizzard 4s do quite a lot of damage, but it's not too much that the healers can't deal with it. Bear in mind I am in Biz apart from the weapon, so your health may be different. You might take more damage, you might do less damage, things like that. Usually we wouldn't get a second like mini buster, but we did. Then comes on to the more interesting parts of the fight, I think. As you can see, we're all in our predetermined spots, ready for the next ability after this, Universal Manipulation. If you time it right, you can just do a nice Heart of Light, and it lasts until the next bit. You'll get Doom on your tanks, as well as Curse Shriek and little things like that. Basically, heal your tanks to the top, make sure your DPS gets killed. When you see that circle Curse Shriek, just make sure to be looking outside of the room before that goes off. Then it's back into the middle, it casts Blight. This is whatever really, I don't even know what it does. But he'll do something called Megiddo Flame after this Height of Chaos. This Height of Chaos is just a tank buster, easy. People get confused on this next attack because it is a line AoE. You only need to have 2 people in those, so you can just go back to your predetermined spots, take it, you won't die, move on to the next. Shadow Flare is just a big AoE. You can skip that, but we are falling a bit behind on DPS at the moment, which we shouldn't, but you know, shit happens. And here we are, the probably longest cutscene. It's either this one or the next one that is going to do. It kind of sucks, but you can have a little bit of fun jumping around, using fireworks, things like that. What's going to happen is there's going to be 4 meters. You have your tanks, take them with a cooldown. You have your healers pre-northwest, because they are the ones that are going to get something called captivity. And if they're in the northwest, they can't get hit by any of the meteors or anything like that. So it's all, again, it's just uptime, like, so you don't have to move as much. Here's the meteors, they are the same on each side, they go clockwise. As you can see, the healer got captivity. They're gonna get forced into the middle of the room, should I say, and you have to break them out of their jail. You can hit the jail while in the comet, just so people are aware of that. I've seen some people not attack while they're doing the comets. I don't see why you would not want to attack, you know. So here's another thing with the predetermined. So you'd have your tanks and healers at A and B. You'd have your melee knocked into the northeast, northwest, so they can keep uptime. Your range DPS southwest, southeast, all that type of stuff. Again, the Abyssal Celebrant is like, if you've played Forden, you will realise that it's just stay out of those lines. All DPS go to the back. If you don't get a puddle underneath you, you can go and attack. Healers and tanks, like me and Wind Up Art was on northwest, Rico and Julian was on northeast. Just stand behind the tank, take the hits, Dark Seal. I know I'm going really fast right now. You have to look at his arms and stuff. So as you can see, his arms are like spread out. That means go to one of the sides, and then into the middle. Watch out for these balls that have dropped. You want to be on the one that is furthest away. So as you can see, next it's going to be middle and then spread. It will do one or the other. So if he does the first one, the next one's going to be the opposite of what he did. I don't know why I said if, he will definitely do it. So this one is middle and to the side. You can't really see it on my screen, but you can see that on the left side there was an orb that was very close to us. You just go to the other one, so you would have gone to the right. Not explaining this very well and fluently, but I've not done this type of play-by-play in a long time. This right here, very long cutscene. You might fall asleep, but you will be doing an ATM. Basically smash your fucking head against the keyboard as quickly as you can. Or just use your hands. There we go, we've unleashed light. We're gonna show him we've gone fucking Ultra Instinct right now. We're gonna fuck him up. But he does have a few more mechanics, which at this point you really don't want to be failing, because it has been around 10 minutes now. Yes, this is a long fight, but you do get 2 tokens, so it kind of makes up for it. But yes, it is a long fight. look how beastie he looks now, huh? But upon his appearance, these next mechanics are really not that hard. We're going to start off with Dark Current. This is just Exaflares. If you've ever dealt with Exaflares, you know how to do it. You go to one of the sides, you wait until one of them's gone off, and you go behind the one that's gone off. See, there's another lot. The way you're supposed to do it, you just follow to his nose and you'll be fine. Like, you can just follow to his nose, because on the opposite side, they do the opposite. Gigantomachy, I'm not going to say that name again, just an AoE, followed by Quadra Strike. Just another AoE, but your tanks have to be in the towers on A or B. Well, they're not exactly on, but you can see from the footage where they are. And then it just repeats that, and that's the fight. It's a really nice fight, a lot's going on, but I just thought the good old 09 Savage macro works really well here. You can use it to pre-position for almost everything in the fight, and it's just a nice smooth fight. There is a lot of points where you are disengaging from the fight if you're a melee. That kind of sucks. There's a lot of points where you can cheese and sort of not have to move, and it's kind of a forgiving fight. Everything up to the last form, doesn't matter if you're, doesn't matter how many people really die, because all that matters is the last bit for the damage, because it takes it in stages. It will always regen its health to 100%. As long as you're able to rise above it, you'll be perfectly fine. I don't really have much left to say. We literally kill this boss where his enrage actually goes off, and some people do die. Like you're about to see it now, some people do actually die, but we're fine. I did forget to mention that I believe it's Gigantomachy that puts the dot on everybody, so your healers will have to watch out for that. I don't really know how much the bleeding is. I think it's around, looking from what I just saw in there, Golden Combat Text, it seems like for a tank it's around 9k, something like that, or 8,222 if you want to be that person. But yeah, it was a fun fight. It's going to be quite easy in pugs, and I don't have much to say. Thank you for listening to me, and bye.